What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Look, let me make some of y'all mad real quick. Let me get some of y'all upset real quick. Because for far too long, a lot of us have been under the Zodiac spell. We have been under the spell of believing that these mythological signs that have been implemented and pushed onto us are actually real and have actual bearings on our life. I'm going to go into a little bit, but of course this is going to be a short video, so I'm not going to go into it too long. We are so hungry for solutions to our problems. We are so hungry for happy lives and things that we feel that will make our lives better, that we are easily led in the wrong direction. So when you think about the horoscopes and the zodiac signs, we jump right into the belief of those things without ever doing just a little research enough to understand some of the origins of it and to understand how insignificant that some of this stuff is to our actual life. The word zodiac itself is a Greek word that means animal cycle. And when you see the sign, the zodiac wheel, you see all these different symbols, and a lot of them are animals and things of that nature. It is a form of worship. It's a form of pagan worship when you subscribe to this and really base your life on what this says or what somebody tells you that this means for your life. And this is one of the ways that we kind of get caught up. If you can remember back in the old days where they had newspapers and they would put the horoscopes in a certain section of the paper, and we would all just rush to the horoscope section. That was one of the most popular sections of the newspaper because we wanted to find our sign, and then read and determine just off of what's written in that newspaper what our day was going to be like. But not only what our day was going to be like, but what every single person who falls under our sign, what their day is going to be like, because it's a general post. In other words, it says Virgo, you will blah, 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 blah. Aquarius, today you're gonna da 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 da. So you're talking to everybody who subscribes to being under that particular sign, when we never stop to consider the individuality that we have as people. And that is the determining factor on how we should, number one, determine who we deal with as people, how we should judge and rate people. It should be determined based on individual behavior of that person and that person's behavior and actions towards them and towards me, and vice versa. That's the only criteria, because I look on social media all the time and I see people who will say, oh, man, hey, I'm a Scorpio, and see, we don't believe in taking no mess off of nobody. Scorpio will check you and tell you what it is right there on the spot. But the Libra will say the same thing. The Sagittarius will say the same thing. And there are other signs where they'll say, well, you are compassionate, you are emotional, you're a loving, considerate person. So that's to say that that's only relegated to your particular sign. So there are no Leos that are compassionate. There are no Leos that, oh, we're just more so than they are. That's not true. Then there are people who will say, well, you know what? You got to find somebody that's the same sign as you so y'all will be compatible. Then there are people that will say, well, you know what? You can't be with somebody that's the same sign as you because y'all are not compatible. So at some point, the confusion has kicked in and has overpowered logic and reason, and people have made the mistake of making um, astrology their god, making that uh, practice their god, because some people live their life based on that kind of ideology and that kind of thinking, and they will actually move. They will actually decide how they move based on that ideology, and they make astronomy and astrology synonymous with one another when they're not. There are elements that you can pull from each where you can find similarities in terms of just the basic structure, but astronomy is an actual science. Astrology in this particular form has been crafted, it's been shaped and made into something that it's not. These are Greek terms, Greek gods and symbols that are used, that we are now worshiping with these animals and these symbols, but you are greater than the symbol. You're greater than the animal that's representative on the symbol. You're greater than a bull. You're greater than a ram. You're greater than a scorpion. See, and all these different things that we have, they break it into categories. They say, well, you're an earth sign, so that means you're this and that, that. Oh no, you're a water sign, so that means that just this and that and that and that. They could shuffle that all around, and you can find millions of people, different so-called signs, who all share similar characteristics that supposedly are only relegated to this particular sign, or more dominant in this particular sign. The creation is not greater than the creator. So instead of putting our trust and faith in the creator, we go straight to the symbolism, because somebody has tricked us into being able to make us feel good, because they're going to put something in a horoscope that's going to make us believe and make us feel good, like, okay, yeah, this is what's going to happen to me today. And how many times does it actually happen? Because I can just make a general statement about you and tell you some general, basic, generic things, and those things can be true about you, and they can even come to pass. That doesn't make me some kind of psychic or prophet or just some divine future seer. It just makes me slick enough to know that I can manipulate you through the words, because I can tell you something that you want to hear that'll make you feel good. And the sad part about this whole thing that I see with the Zodiac and all this, it shocks me how many conscious people subscribe to it. I mean, you talk about people with great knowledge and wisdom, man, just they can break down so many different aspects of knowledge, but they subscribe to the Zodiac. Oh man, I'm a Virgo, man. You know how us Virgos are. Wait a minute. You believe in that? So it just points to the thought, man, that we got to do a little more research. All of us, we got to do a little more research to understand why we believe a lot of the things that we believe. And this is just one category. I guess I may just do a little series of just touching on little things here and there, maybe try to go into a little more detail. But we got to be wiser than that in this day and time, because we waste time, and we stand on the artificial floor of falsehood when we follow and believe this nonsense. So like I said, I'm probably going to make a lot of y'all mad, but you know, the truth hurts. It's your big brother, K-Rino. Y'all subscribe to the channel, man. I'll hit y'all with another one. Not tonight, but tomorrow for sure. All right. Peace and love.